Well, hey there, Anita. I was
Hey.
so glad to get your call earlier today to talk about the thing that you had on your mind about the actual course that is just killing the game, right? A beautiful budget. And the other question that you had about to inspire you. And when we were talking as I was in the car and I was going to the house, I was thinking, I said, we need to get this as a recording so that we can help other people that are having some of those same kind of questions, right? And do you want to repeat the question, or do you want me to go ahead and repeat what the main question was?
Yeah, you can go ahead and share it. I'll
Yeah.
clarify it if
And
any.
so I got the call, and Anita, asked me, she says, listen, I got this course that I started, and it's going like gangbusters, but it's not the original thing that I had put out there, right? To be the thing I was going to present and sell to others, right? And that was the to inspire you. And what we were talking about and what really becomes a fun opportunity is when you have something that takes off. All right, I'll share this with everybody out there. When you have something that takes off, guess what? It may not be the original thing that you ended up spending all this time on, right? But if we look at the thing that takes off as a room within the house that you've built, and that's what I was telling Anita is, look, the house itself is to inspire you. This is what you want to do with the rest of your life. This is, when I talk about helping people monetize their life and maximize their business, this is exactly it. You have decided, I want to inspire folks,
Right.
right? To inspire you. Now, the thing that you may be inspiring them to do in this particular case is create a beautiful budget, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny. We create these things, and I've got courses and stuff, and the ones that end up taking off are like, wait a minute, this is not the one I thought was going to do it, right? I thought it
Right.
was going to be this one, the fear course that I had, right? And it ended up being the affirmations and motivation site that I ended up building. I'm like, really? I couldn't believe it, right? So I says, well, and in your case is what I'm going to suggest to you is that sometimes you just say, well, let me go with the thing that is of most help now. It's still
Right.
a room in the house. It's
Right.
a great course, right? The timing's
Right.
right, and that is the deal. And this is what I says, we don't want to be afraid of missing out, the fear of missing out, right? FOMO,
Right.
right? So we look at that past stuff and go, well, but that's the one that I'm afraid might miss. No, it's not missing. It is the
Right.
thing that's the house to the room that happens to be a beautiful budget. So tell me a little bit about why this thing or how this thing, your beautiful budget is taken off. What do you think has been the difference?
Um, well, I was doing uh I would originally came in, doing design and thinking I'm going to launch this website here,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like I really wanted to help people get online and improve their lives, do something that they love to do, share their passion, and get that online and do it in a way that wouldn't break the bank. So that's how I started. And then along the way, if you're not going to break the bank, you got to be able to manage the bank, and you've got to be able to figure out, what is my bank, and can I, how do I keep my bank, and all of that. And I have been helping people do that for years in terms of software training and, the things that I came across to use. So I taught them how to do it. And, I didn't get it 5 years ago. That's what people said, they wanted to pay for that course. And I taught them. And I can even remember 20 years ago, some guy just coming up to me off the street after I got out of college, and as we got to talking about money software we're using, he said, "Would you teach me and my wife?" And I said,
That's right.
"Yeah." So I didn't, I've been doing it. I've been teaching computers and all that. So I didn't really think about that this would be it at all. It just so happened that the software upgraded, and I said, well, I've got to teach the people that I've taught before how it's going to upgrade. So
Mm-hmm.
I might as well create a course. So in the midst of creating this course, A Beautiful Budget, I went and uh, yeah, created the course. Let me get this little thing out of the way.
Yeah, and that, I tell you, that
Can't
becomes,
share, but
when I'm talking to folks, it's always about, what you're creating today and the effects it may have on tomorrow, right? I call
yeah,
it, tomorrow's dollars. And sometimes it's in, when I talk about giving free stuff away, right? And you, I think at a time where, teaching some courses, it was, the nonprofit might have been paying you, but for the most part, it was below what you would be getting if you were working a job. That's almost a giveaway. But I want to tell you guys out there is that sometimes the things that you do today, the free stuff that you give away, the content you create, you're building trust, right? It is the know you, like you, trust you idea. And when people know you and they trust you, or they like you and then they trust you, then they might, if you roll out something that's within their interest, they might give you their money. In fact, they will give you their money because they know exactly who they're giving it to, right? And in your case, when you started doing some things 5 years ago, and like you said, it upgraded the software and stuff that you use, upgraded. Now you're able to go back to those folks and say, hey, listen, the software upgraded. You want to do something. And by the way, I've created and added some pieces that walk you through it. When you originally told me that you were rolling this out, it says, man, I told you right away, do it now, do it now, do it now.
yeah, you
We'll
did.
iterate,
You
do it now, do it now. And you're like, well, I got some things I want to fix. I said, I said,
did.
because you want to go out there, present it so that you can start getting the customer now or seeing
That's
if
true.
anybody's interested in it. Right?
And
I
I
built,
created that smaller one that
absolutely.
you said, I'll get it, create it, get it done this weekend. And I thought, I'm gonna rise up to his challenge. And
Yeah,
it might have been Sunday, but Monday I called you and said it's done. You can
it's
go
done.
see it and get it, and you got it.
Yeah,
And
and then the great thing about that is that that is the entry into the rest of the stuff. And that's the important part is that, in marketing terms, what they call it is a tripwire, they call it other things, but a lead magnet. But one that you're saying, hey, listen, invest in this. It's a small amount of money, but it gets the ball rolling, right? When someone says, you know what, I'll buy that. That's interesting. And it was the planner. And I can tell you from experience that seeing that planner, that thing is juicy. And I loved it. When I opened it up and it opened up into a spreadsheet, I thought to myself, for the small amount that you were offering or asking for that is going to be, in my opinion, one of the best sellers in your To Inspire You universe. Right?
right. And that's kind of what I'm coming to you today is that one, and then this beautiful budget that was like powerful profit. And then the beautiful budget really started to aim at women or couples, especially couples where it might be the guys like, I want to get my wife involved.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful, it's budget, it feels more, like the woman is going to want to get involved with it. And so I know it sounds like beautiful budget and you think maybe no guys are involved, but they are if they love their women. And that's what I'm finding. And then the two come together and then it's like, boom, they've got clarity.
Yeah.
They told me the other day, we are having fun doing this.
Now,
and I'm like, before it was like, but now they're having fun, they're having a cup of coffee, they're laughing, oh, what do we want to do? And
and that's the great thing.
That's exciting.
My wife and I have the Cash Flow Couples course, and it's really about that, right? And we're rolling that out in the next 3 months. And it's about what can you use to come together, right? Cash flow coupling, right? And you just hit it right, the nail right on the head there, is that I don't know a man out there that does not like the idea that their woman is budgeting. And if it's the reverse, I don't know a woman out there that wouldn't like that spending person, that's their husband, not to see this course and then being able to have fun. Why I knew this was going to be a good hit for you is because you have an adjective in front of what it is, right? I said, like I told you earlier, I says, if you had says that gosh darn budget, I wouldn't buy that. right? Or,
Okay.
your hard budget. Now, man, it's a beautiful budget. And even
Yeah.
on the other one, the powerful profit planner, right? You kind of
Right.
can't say it if you try to say it 3 times, but it
Yeah.
says it is a powerful profit planner, and it allows you to put in all of your figures and numbers, see where things and how things are moving, and then it has the spreadsheet component that moves as you increase, decrease, whatever. That as
Yeah.
the lead magnet, which I someday hope that you put as the actual main course, is powerful, man. And now the beautiful budget, having couples come in, right,
Yeah.
and do this together. Even when you know your target market may be women, right? They see beautiful, and we gotta go, yeah. But all of it matters. Your
Yeah.
design experience is coming in because of the colors that you use. All that becomes really good information, right? And then even when I went to the course itself, I started looking at the bullet points. I, sent you a couple of suggestions. Take some out, add some
Yeah.
here. Here's a picture that goes here. Call to action here. All of that, man, is so cool. And now you're getting crazy results. People are buying like a son of a gun. And I'm telling you, don't worry that it wasn't the original course.
Okay.
To inspire you is just what you designed this thing to be. Is
Mm.
and courses that inspire people, right?
Mm.
Courses that help people. If you can help people in their money, you're definitely going to inspire some of the other stuff that comes along, the fun that you talked about, right?
Oh,
So don't worry
okay.
about the FOMO, fear of missing out. You will roll out other courses under the To Inspire You house, and these
Hmm.
other ones become the rooms. We're not always going to be in one room all the time, right? Because I
Okay.
told you about the timing of this. The
Okay.
timing is so perfect. Come on, it's January 2020. People
Okay.
are saying to themselves, I got to get my financial SHIT together.
Yeah.
Right now, maybe June after, blah, 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 money's good. But the hope is that now you roll out the other things that keep them going, that
Yeah.
boost them. And then the new
Okay.
people see the To Inspire You course, and they see what else you got. You see what I mean? Then they go, huh, this is pretty good. And you teach the course. That's an added component.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a little bit different than your regular just, watch the video and go through it. My passion is I love to see uh, a 99, 100% success rate.
Mhm.
And so I designed the program within I have worked with people in this way. So yes, they have information from videos and all of that you could get online and go on YouTube. But the fact of the matter is the people, they never finished it. They never got it done, and they're not using it on a daily, regular basis. So this is designed to, one, get you up and running. You come together with a core cohort group.
Yep.
There may be people that you know, or maybe people that you don't know. At any rate, you're starting together on this journey. They go 4 weeks, every week, hour and a half. In between that time, there's also, as they get into it, there's a weekly check-in with everybody. So not just your cohort, but anyone can call in. I envision daily call-ins where 10 minutes, you get on your budget, you get to doing stuff, you check it out. So that this gets your daily habit in. You've got a daily habit, and the software that we use makes it really easy to do. It's very clear. You have crystal clarity about your finances, answers the question, what can I spend right now? How much do I have? Am I okay? Can I move this around? It answers those questions. Then after the 4 weeks is over, we do have a follow-up with your cohort. We also have a group where everybody who's taken any of the classes can come on a weekly basis. I can answer questions, keep them going and inspired, and then they can do the quick check-in call. So that happens for 3 months afterwards. 3 months after that. So it's like 6 months really where you have close contact, you're staying in touch, you've got people that you've got you either know that's in your family that there's a little bit of competition going on. There's people, there's awareness. It's kind of fun. It's like a game,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. How
Monopoly.
fun is that, right? To compete
Yeah.
against who saves the most money. I mean, and at the end of the year, everybody goes on vacation. So,
Exactly.
I'm listening to this and taking some notes, right?
Yeah.
And I can tell you when, coaching you and, as colleagues too, we do our mastermind sometimes and we
Yeah.
collaborate on things. But I tell you, when you get somebody that, you can inspire and they go and do the work,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
always fortunate. It is,
Yeah.
it hurts my heart when I see people do things and they put it on the shelf, right? Or I come in and I do a, mastermind with you, or I do a coaching session with you. And then, 6 months later, I say, hey, so how's it going? And people say, I didn't get to it, or, other things got in the way. And I tell you, that hurts my heart. But when I saw that you says, look, I'm going to rise to this challenge. And I says, do it now, do it now, do it now, get a first version of it out, iterate later, fix. And then you end up doing that one. And you says, well, by the way, this other thing has been on my mind, and you created this one.
Yeah.
And how awesome is that? You says, well, yeah, that one also kind of connects with this profit planner, and then the beautiful budget. I got software for this. It's upgraded. So let me just call up a couple people. That is so awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then when you send it to me and I kind of went through it and says, okay, let's do a couple things here. This didn't load up fast. And then you go and fix it. How beautiful and cool is the opportunity to now share this stuff with others, and they're having fun. I love those kind of stories, right?
Yeah, they are having fun, and they are doing the work. I mean, they're doing it. So it's fun. And I have added another piece to it, because I did notice, even with the group, so the price may increase, but it's really needed a bit of one-on-one. Your finances are kind of, they're private, but so you need a little bit of one-on-one to really handle some of the some of the details that you can't get just looking at a video. You can't solve some of the problems, balancing the checkbook, really getting it reconciled correctly. So I've found that I've had to dig in and get those things solved so that people can, launch.
Yeah, and that becomes the added bonus I see to your program. It's a little hands-on, and we'll talk later about, the scaling of even that approach, right? But you also start asking the other kinds of questions that, let me get this off the screen. Okay. So you start asking some of the other questions that, like, what else is it that people like? Now, what I recommend is that you throw some surveys out to them, right? And then ask them some of the things that you liked about it, right? I just did a survey quite recently where I did some one-on-one with a young lady, and I asked her, I says, now what specifically and I sent her one of the courses that I have, and she says, all right, and I sent it for free, right? It's one of the free courses. I said, listen to this, or look at this, it's foundational. And then I asked her, what did you like about that course? And she told me, listed it all out. And it was consistent with what I found other people seem to like, right? Those are the little kind of surveys that you can do. And then once you find that out, you start thinking, okay, how can I, systematize this in a way that I'm not so hands in? And I say hands in because eventually you get 1,500 people that want to buy the course, and you're trying to do a class and cohort for 1,500. You know what I mean? That becomes
I don't know if I'll ever be that 1,500, because the happiness that I have on the inside, that when I see people succeed, that's probably more important to me than becoming the next Udemy. Matter of fact, I met someone just briefly online, and she bought the course from me. Like, I didn't really even know her. But she said, well, Udemy does this, and I realized at that point, I have no energy to be a Udemy.
And that's so great. That is so great.
I just don't. I don't know how to. I do want to scale it. I want to get it to the amount of people, but I don't. I guess.
Yeah, and you will naturally, and this is the wonderful love that you have for, the stuff that you do, and the To Inspire You, the whole To Inspire You approach, right?
Okay.
And I get that. Customizing something is also lucrative, you know,
Mhm.
but at those times when you want to go on vacation and you forgot that created a thing that you have to come into next week,
Right.
God, oh yeah, but I need to go
Okay.
here. Then
Right.
that
Good point.
scaling opportunity presents itself. But hey, for the meantime,
Understand. I
what's
understand.
working,
I
work
do.
it. What's working, work it. I'm very proud of the work that you've put into this, the care that you've shown, right? And I know this is going to be something that's going to help a lot of people. I just know it. I work with other folks in the financial planning space, and I tell you,
Mm.
there's nothing better than to be able to have someone say, you know what, let's work this together. It's the done with you model, right? You got the
Yeah.
DIYs. I'm a DIYer. I love doing stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Then you got the done with you model, right?
right.
Where you're saying,
Mhm.
come on, let's work. And I do a lot of that myself. Like, hey, let's work together. I got a course called One-on-One Till Done, and I work right with you till you get it done.
And I am thankful for you. I mean, you come up with some just really creative. I mean, you've inspired me so many times
I
here
appreciate that.
over the year. Just and kept me going. And even today, to be able to kind of brainstorm today about, where do I go from here? What do I do? So that I'm not sitting here by myself for months, ruminating on something. I call up Mr. O and he's just,
And that's a
right
that's a
on it.
tendency, isn't it? We
He's
have to know our tendencies.
accurate. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we got to know our tendencies. I tell
motivating
you,
me.
I'll give you an example. I thought today was going to be just like a garbage day, right? I ended up sleeping too late. I did some posts on it earlier on LinkedIn and stuff. And I thought, man, this is going to be terrible, right? Because I slept in, right? I'm normally up early. I think I got up at like 11:30. And I thought, so I says, well, okay, I'm going to just get into my day as if it were 4 in the morning.
Hmm.
Started going to record some stuff. And I'm at my home office, right? And uh, cable was out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know my bill is paid,
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be that day. Then I end up going to the bank. The guy says, hey, wait a minute, hey, if you ever need an office to do some work in, we'll give this to you for free. And I mean, I went to my credit union. He says, if you want to do like a workshop, we just have to do it in the time that we're open. And I thought,
Mm.
how awesome is that? Right?
Okay.
So now you get a free space, nice, safe. They're going to have coffee that I get a
Okay.
chance to have conversations with, all because a relationship was made with the bank, right?
Right.
Relationship was made with the bank. And now I get a chance to do stuff, right? For
Yeah.
free, other than just a coffee. So I called it a
That's
monetize your life
awesome.
moment. And I put it on YouTube and stuff. It says this is a monetize your life moment. Thinking at the first that the day was going to be there, and then it ended
Right.
up being a beautiful day,
A
right?
beautiful day.
Yeah, and then get this: if you get the money right, and I help people in this space all the time, and I tell you, if you can help people get their money right,
Yeah.
right, with the budgets that you're putting together, with the powerful profit planner, there is nothing better, right? And I help them go
Right.
find money. I help them, monetize their life. I help them look around and say, wait a minute, I have this experience in my life. I can now monetize that. Yes, you
Right.
can. Put it in a beautiful budget, right? And the
Yeah.
profit planner, and then create amazing opportunities for yourself. How cool
Wow.
is that?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So hey, it's been great,
Thank
doing this coaching session with you. I must say that. Yeah, no,
you.
so let's go ahead and leave. I guess people a couple of areas where they can find this beautiful budget and the profit planner, or if you just want to do the beautiful budget, let them know where they can do that.
Yeah, they can do the beautiful budget at www.beautifulbudget.vip.
VIP.
Very important person. Beautiful budget, and that's where you can find it. Uh,
Well, Anita, I tell you, it has been a wonder just working with you, masterminding with you, coaching you, keeping you fired up. And there's times when you call me up at the right time, right? Because I'm ruminating on something personally myself, and I go, wait a minute, let me see where I can be of best help today. And when you help others, it just helps you too.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
been great.
Thanks. Great to
All
see
right.
you. Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, have a great day. And guys, get out there, take a look at both of them, Profit Planner, Powerful Profit Planner, and the Beautiful Budget. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
Trust.
I'll put a link.